yourself comfortable. The last show, this is it. The last show before, of course, the Mike Hatfield Summer Special. That's right. And, of course, that's going to be a barrel of fun. Jim, I see we have a great band tonight. I understand we had a lot more lined up, but all of them showed up, of course.
Yes, of course. They're just waiting out, practicing right now, waiting to come in.
Right, and they're just going to make a grand entrance, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Mr. Stromberg, do you have anything to say to us tonight on your final show here?
No, not anything at all.
Gee, thanks a lot. I think that says it all. Yeah, but he's back. Yeah, I guess it is nice to have him back. And boy, my drums sure are sounding nice tonight, aren't they? Yeah. Thanks, John. We'll see that you don't get your contract renegotiated this year. We hope that you won't be with us next year. Great show lined up for tonight. We're going to have clips and segments from previous shows, of course, the best of. I use that word very, very finely, too, may I say. I think, basically, we're going to have to call Jim over here now for a while, and we're going to have to kind of talk to see what's going on here in everybody's last couple days of school. We get out when? Come on over, Jim. Take a seat. No, you can stay, John, please.
Okay, thank you. Hey, the music sounded great.
It did. It really did sound good.
What's the
Yep.
name of it?
What is the name
It'll
of
be our next year's theme.
Oh.
Next year's, woo!
We got our own theme.
Yes.
But I've got to act stupid for the people out there.
Written by the surgeons.
Written by the surgeons, really? Now, is that surgeon as plural as in Jim Tallman, or is that surgeons a group effort?
Well, hopefully a group effort next year.
But basically, you wrote the entire... yeah, sure, Jim. And you're going to have a lot of people performing it then at the first show next year.
Oh.
And hopefully it'll glide through
Yeah.
the entire year.
Yeah.
Much like the stable band we had this year, which was, of course, with us through the good and the bad times. Yeah. A joke from the sponsor. Let's hear it. And with a little bit of luck, that'll be the last joke we hear from the sponsor this year. I don't know. I'm sure he's going to come out with some good ones before we close this up tonight. Anything you guys want to touch on here? I think we've got a couple things to talk about, like finals here and how we all intend to do on them.
Yeah, I was a little upset about the new ruling.
The new ruling.
That the juniors can't take their finals with the seniors. That made me mad. Could have had half my finals out of the way. What about you? Don't you have some classes with seniors, don't you?
Well, I was, in PE and all. And, boy, I tell you, I stayed up till 5 o'clock in the morning yesterday studying for the PE final.
Whoa.
That
Still failed
this year. Yeah.
It is, and the tennis, I tell you, that's pretty bad. Obviously, we'll move on from that one, though.
Court, I bet.
And we've got our radio and television class. That's, I think, got like 21 people in it, and 14 of them are seniors. So, not a heck of a lot to be doing in there except sitting around and watching radio and listening to TV. Henceforth the name Radio and TV. Great class, though. And that's about it for me. Jim, any finals you're particularly stumbled by this year?
English.
English, huh? And who's your teacher? Maybe we can work something out here.
Mrs. Bev Hirsch.
Mrs. Hirsch?
Yes.
What a fine teacher she is. She is. She's one of the best teachers probably in the high school here. And, no, I haven't had her, but I will have her for writing for college. She's a really great teacher. I like her a lot. Keep that in mind, Mrs. Hirsch, when I'm in writing for college next year. And, of course, Jim, that's honors, isn't it?
Yeah.
Woo! Yeah, that's great, Jim.
More for Mike than for you.
I like to do that to mess people up. Well, hey, I think without any further ado, we should go back to the beginning of the year, dig deep back in those minds. As we opened up to bring in the new year, Jim, any comments about this clip we're going to see here?
As I remember, it's the countdown right into the first show. We had our first
That's
calendar
right. We
girl.
reintroduced the famous WCHS Today
New
calendar
set and
girl.
everything, yeah.
So let's roll this clip if we can. Sit right behind us, and let me tell you, I feel like dirt right now. So let me bring to you the calendar girl of the 1985-1986 WCHS taping season, Miss Kaylin Dees. It doesn't matter, it's been here for a while, but that's okay. Well, it's now time to bring on the person that is making homecoming, or will make homecoming, a very big success. The person who's put lots of time in it, just like this show. Here. Oh, great.
Crash.
As you can see, we're well prepared for the show. Yeah.
Right. We will not let a small technical difficulty, such as broken cameras, glass, other miscellaneous equipment, stop us. We are prepared.
If the screen goes blank,
Great,
be prepared. There'll still be sound.
Great, great. That's great. Well, I guess we could move on. We've had a lot of guests on, students from the high school, and we've probably never had a group as good as Stats Crew.
Ever so energetic.
Not as wild.
No, we had them on twice this year. They were a good group of kids, and they had a lot to talk about. I think this next scene we're going to see is a discrepancy with their being paid for what they're doing.
Yeah, they were just arguing what they should get for their job.
Okay, let's roll that.
Versus what they get.
Let's roll that. So, what kind of reward do you get for an activity?
Absolutely.
Wait,
nothing.
wait, we get one T-shirt. We get one T-shirt.
That are all too small, and
No.
we get Christmas cards.
We get Christmas.
Oh, and at the end of the year, They get
letter.
a letter,
Dodie-
nice letter.
Dodie takes a nice black felt pin.
Let's go by raising hands.
Mr. Factor, Mr. Doty sent real nice letters.
Yeah, Coach
Don't put your
Doty.
hand on my knee.
Coach Doty takes that Washington paper. He goes to the office and gets that Washington paper and takes a felt pin, and he starts over here and he goes, dear, 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 and then he goes, Mike, Rob, Troy, and he copies it word for word the whole way around.
That's the relay.
And they're very heartwarming, and it's a good system.
And that's quite. I think it's
No,
quite
wait,
much.
now-
I think it's quite much for going to every game away and home.
Oh,
and
usually.
wasting your time during the games because you have to sit there and concentrate.
Well,
Wait,
it's
it's
not
not a
quite
waste of-
that bad.
I got
Rob,
but
but
half
here's the deal.
time.
I mean, this is volunteer. You don't have to
that's
volunteer.
right. That's right.
It's dedication.
Rob's sick.
That's right.
Rob's got a bad attitude.
Bad attitude.
But-
I do it.
There was, I don't know, a rumor going around that that the volleyball people, they get paid money for this?
No,
We get
heck
money.
no.
Yeah. I don't know if all of them do, but
Thanks for the camera right now, Steve.
that was smooth.
Can we get the ushers to show those three young gentlemen out, please?
He's gone today, Mike.
Yeah, the usher. How many?
Back. Blackhouse.
No, that wasn't here. That wasn't on your sets at home. Please have them checked by your local television repairman, because if this happens again, you're going to miss our show. Well, Jim, occasionally we have bloopers on the show.
Like tonight.
No, it's occasionally we have bloopers on the show, not occasionally we have bloopers show, like tonight.
Where's our drum at?
So yeah, no drummer over there. But well, Jim, why don't you go ahead and set this one up, since this was your mistake.
This is you had a slip of the tongue here. This is we had back in the autumn we had carnival clips, which we had at our student council carnival for homecoming, and but this is just before carnival clips. We just didn't know when to switch to carnival clips like we've done tonight. So this is just to show what happens when the tape does not run.
Please take notes. Carnival clips this week again, one of my favorites. Actually, four of my favorites, I guess. Anyhow, here's the deal. Every week we're going to put these wonderful items on the air. Every week. If you don't see them this week, you'll see them next week or the week after that or the week after that. So, let's switch, blah, blah, blah. I'm having fun talking tonight. Let's switch to the carnival clips, please. Okay, let's switch to the carnival clips. Here we go. What? The carnival, you like it? John, got a small itch there, do you? Yeah. Perhaps not a clean shave. We have a great band solo feature. I hope you swallow that. I really do. And if you don't swallow it by yourself, maybe you'll get a little help. We got a great band solo feature for you tonight. It's actually a song by John Gaunt, and we have Jim Tallman on the keyboard. Let's go ahead and take it away.
You've been caught in a storm, you've been battered and torn. Your survival will mean your revival. And when I saw your flag, it was only just a rag, and the boat that you were sailing on was leaving. It's a cold, bitter tide that's stolen your pride. You're the daughter of Ireland water. And when I took your hand, you were 1,000 miles from land, and the world that you were living in was sinking. Oh, come, you've been down so long, the current pulls so strong, this life that you've been leading. Oh, please, take this love from me, it's stronger than the sea, this love that you've been needing. Have I reached your heart in time to stop the bleeding? Time has led you away from the bright side of day, and if you follow, your life is hollow. Say goodbye to the sea, share this love inside of me, and the warmth that it will bring will last forever. Oh, love, oh, come, you've been down so long, the current pulls so strong, this life that you've been leading. Oh, please, take this love from me, it's stronger than the sea, this love that you've been needing. Have I reached your heart in time to stop the bleeding? Have I reached your heart in time to stop the bleeding? Ooh.
I gotta admit, you've been on for, obviously you've been on now, you were on last year and you did a presentation for us last show. You sang, what song was that? Walking on?
Walking on Sunshine.
Right. Okay, and this year what was the name of this one?
The Rescue.
And I tell you, it's gotten better. You're gonna come back maybe next year, you're a senior, you're gonna be graduating, but hey, we're not picky, you can come back. And you don't even have to do the last show. We can probably fit you in on the first, second, sixth, and the seventh. And what kind of plans do you have for college?
As of right now, I'm going to go on into music, I think, and probably be music education major.
Music midget?
Yeah.
A music midget. Yeah. And isn't that fun? And where do you plan to go?
Western Illinois University.
Yeah, all right. Yes.
Maybe an alumni? I don't know. I can't figure it out. Probably the one from here. Do you have like your parents in music at all, or?
My mom is a little bit, but my father isn't at all. My
What-
mom used to sing in high school a little, so I guess that's where I got it from. Her mom used to sing too.
Kind of one of those hereditary things.
Yeah, I suppose.
Kind of passes down. We'll have to check that with Doc Simmons, see
Yeah.
if that really can happen. But, which is a very fine teacher, might I add.
Gee, might you have a final coming up in that class too?
Yeah, I kind of do have a fine one. Well, let's see, what kind of things were you in this year?
Well, I was in the company and in concert choir. I was in the marching band as the drum major. Well, that's about it. It doesn't sound like I did very much, but the things that I was in, it took a lot of time. It's very time consuming. So,
You're in. You said you're in band.
yeah.
So you worked with some of the people then that didn't come tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you? Why don't you tell us a little bit about the personalities of these people? Do they do this often? Do you think so? I mean, we had what? Who are the people that were supposed to be here tonight? Torture. No. Well, I suppose we really shouldn't get into that. But I suppose we should move on now and look upon the new year that's coming on so soon. And I say that so stunningly, like somebody's going to get hurt, but they really won't. We've had magicians on now for 2 years. We had Mr. Rao back when John Berkey was hosting it. We had Mr. Rao on twice, didn't we?
Yeah.
And we haven't had Mr. Rao on this year, unfortunately, but we did have Louis Pope.
Very talented magician.
Extremely. He was good.
And what, he's a freshman, sophomore?
Freshman.
Freshman all together now. Here we go. Freshman. Okay, great. This is just one of the selected tricks that we've decided to show to you because it was so tricky. If we could air that one real quick, please, without any mistakes.
This is a balloon.
Minor asthma flare up there.
Good enough. Arg. Hold it for a second and inspect it and make sure there's nothing really weird about it. Except about this player.
Can everybody see this at home? An absolutely normal balloon. Look, flies around. Jeez.
No. I'm gonna stick this pin right through the. This is a solid steel pin.
Yeah, that's right. I know what you guys are hoping for at home.
This balloon has nothing to do with the stick. I'm gonna stick it right through Mike's head.
Yeah, that's always fun for the whole family. Maybe I should move. Not that I don't trust you.
I never get nervous during this trick.
Yeah. Of course not. Balloon shish kebabs.
It's really through there, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks like
Okay.
it.
What I'm gonna do is sew up the holes in the balloon so it doesn't pop. You should see the look on Mike's face here. This is great. This is not an unpoppable balloon, so turn down the mics and plug your ears. Ready?
Jeez. Oh, no. Now I get a change of plans. Now, we're going to have Louis Pope on again a couple times probably next year because he is certainly a fine magician. He does parties and all that stuff too, doesn't he? So. Good kid, good kid. that
Mr.
was.
Ross got competition, I guess.
Yeah. Now, Jim, we haven't done a heck of a lot of skits this year, thank goodness. But the ones we did do were pretty good, I would say.
Yeah.
For-
Above the average, yeah.
Oh, okay, so why don't we? You want to set this one up, or?
I think this is the one where this really wasn't a skit. We had a guest from a representative from the new Mitsubishi.
Sure, a guest.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Mitsubishi plant telling him, just came on to talk and
Apparently there was a communications gap, I believe.
yeah.
Okay, so let's go ahead and run that.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Something or Other, we'd like
Hi.
to welcome you to
Hi.
Washington High School.
Hi.
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 Hi. Hi. We seem to have a wee bit of trouble translating your first name. Could you help us out with it, maybe? First name.
Yes.
Okay. What is your first name?
Yes.
Jack.
No. Yes.
Mike.
No. Yes.
Joe.
Yes. Yes.
Jim.
Yes.
I'm guessing.
Yes.
What
I'm
do you?
yes. Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
Yes.
Name. Name. Yes. Yes. Name.
Guess a name. Okay.
Name. Yes.
No.
No. Yes. Yes.
Guess is your
Yes.
name?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Sorry, folks. Well, that was so fun. How about your second name? Second name, you know, the middle name. Second name. That didn't work out too good. Sorry, your middle name, you know.
Yes.
No, what is your middle name?
No. Yes.
This isn't a yes or no question. I want your middle name.
Yes.
Your middle name.
Yes. Yes.
Yes what? Yes, sir?
No. No. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
No, yes.
No. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Is-
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. What? So yes is your middle name,
Yes.
huh?
Yes.
Well, let's get rid of this stuff. Let's clear what you really came here for. What exactly is your occupation going to be when the plant moves to town?
Why?
What exactly is your occupation going to be when the plant comes to town?
Why?
Okay, when your plant comes here, what exactly are you going to do in the plant?
Why?
No. Here. What exactly is going to be your occupation when the plant comes to town?
Why?
Somebody get this guy a dictionary. Here we go. English.
Head of what?
That's what I'm asking you. Head of what?
Yes.
We've been through here before. I'm not asking for your middle name. What exactly is going to be your occupation?
What?
That's
What?
what I'm...
Head of what?
Head of what?
What? What?
I'm asking...
Yes. Yes.
I ask the questions, you answer them. Head of what?
Yes.
Head of wheels. I don't know.
Oh, yes. What? Head
Yes,
of
what? Head of what?
Yes. Yes.
Head of what?
Yes.
Electricity?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Something or other, but it seems that we are out of time.
What?
And
What?
no. We are out of time tonight.
Time?
We have no more time for you. Time, yeah. Okay, anyhow, the door over there, it's marked.
Yeah. I like that one better than you done first.
Maybe a little copy of it, but it wasn't bad. It was pretty good. Well, the band's gone through some turbulent times this year, as may be evident from some of the shows, but under the direction of John Norland, they did a Billy Joel song, and they performed it quite well. They have a band video here, and let's go ahead and show that one.
Guys, that doesn't sound right. Let's try it again from the top.
What's the matter with the clothes I'm wearing? Can't you tell that your tie's too wide? Maybe I should buy some old tab collars. Welcome back to the age of jive. Where have you been hiding out lately, honey? You can't dress as flashy till you spend a lot of money. Everybody's talking about the new sound, funny, but it's still rock and roll to me. What's the matter with the car I'm driving? Can't you tell that it's out of style? Should I get a set of white wall tires? Are you gonna cruise the miracle mile? Nowadays you can't be too sentimental. Your best bet's true, baby blue continental. Hot funk, cool punk, even if it's old junk, it's still rock and roll to me. Oh, it doesn't matter what they say in the papers, 'cause it's always been the same old scene. There's a new rain in town, but you can't get the sound from the story in a magazine. about a pair of pink sidewinders and a bright orange pair of pants? Well, you could really be a full Brahmo, baby, if you just give it half a chance. Don't waste your money on a new set of speakers. You get more mileage from a cheap pair of sneakers. Next phase, new wave, dance great. Anyways, it's still rock and roll to me. What's the matter with the crowd I'm seeing? Don't you know that they're out of touch? Well, should I try to be a straight-A student? If you are, then you think too much. Don't you know about the new fashion, honey? All you need are looks and a whole lot of money. It's the next phase, new wave, dance great. Anyways, it's still rock and roll to me. Everybody's talking about the new sound, funny, but it's still rock and roll to me.
Guys, that'll never sell.
Come on! Come on!
Oh, come on. Let's try again from right before the sax solo, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4.
What's the matter with those eyes? And that's the man I always thought of that possessed no musical ability, but you've seen living proof right there, and I think that
Didn't that record go platinum?
yeah, that's you're going to be seeing that in a lot of jukeboxes around here. So, Mr. Woodward, of course, the avid jukebox fan, keep an eye out for that one. yeah. We're gonna have to have him come up here and do his laugh before the show's over tonight. Yeah, we're gonna catch it sometime. Don't worry. Yeah. Uh-oh.
There it is.
Well, Jim, this is the last blooper.
Oh, this
Ah,
is a
gee.
classic.
This is
a classic of the year. This takes place at a Christmas show when Mike was dressed as Santa, and things sort of happened.
yeah. And this is when we almost like set arson to the entire studio. Lucky for us, Smokey Bear was around and told us the do's and don'ts of fire prevention. So let's go ahead and roll this clip if we can. Oh, I feel so bad.
We thought you liked dirt, don't you?
Oh, jeez.
Pretty
Does that mean we don't get a new band director?
Gonna have a fine show tonight, let me tell you.
new Santa.
Stay. Oh, what? Okie doke. I understand we have a band feature tonight, or a halfway band. So, Jim, that was kind of a shocking experience for you, wasn't it? I guess people must not have caught the shock there. I thought it was funny.
There's still burn holes down there.
Yeah, but that's no problem. We've got it foamed down with that stuff. Often, to get the point across, Jim, we find it necessary to use pictorial representations.
Very
And
handy in our business of art.
very, very handy. So this time, of course, was no different than any other time, as we help to show people at home, to illustrate the point of where soccer players would play, their positions. Let's go ahead and roll that one. Well, what positions do you guys play? We'll start with the first mic here. Wait, let's get the map up on the screen if we can. Somebody turn that monitor so we can turn the monitor over here. Okay, now corresponding to the map on the television screen there, do you play 1 through 6 or 7 the bench? What would be your position?
Probably 3 and 4 mostly.
3 and 4?
Yeah, fullback and halfback on both sides.
And maybe 7 a little bit at a time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only when I'm man at 'em.
How about you, Mike?
Generally, usually about 6.
About 6. Seems to be glare on the screen. 6 puts you where then? What is the
Stopper.
technical name for that? The what?
Stopper.
Stopper? And Mike, what was the technical name for your?
Fullback and halfback.
Ooh. Good position. Can we get back off of that now? Are we stuck or something here?
Johnny's
Well-
always more comfortable sitting.
Yeah. You seem to have moved away from us down there. Is it the body odor or something? I don't know. I use 4 coats of deodorant and I can't figure it out. We're going to break away from the fun here in the studio, and boy, isn't it a lot of fun, to talk with everybody's favorite person in the band, Mr. Personality, if you will. That's right, John Stromberger. Huh? Big round for John. Because, see, John didn't know we were going to do this. Just, please, John, take a seat. So, John, what were your problems with the band? Can you tell us about these?
You mean why I wasn't here?
Right. You know, in
Well,
general.
I had made a previous commitment with Mr. Reed to keep stats for the JV softball team, and all the games were on Tuesdays and Thursdays, which conflicted with his schedule.
Right. Now, which commitment did you make first?
Well,
Just kidding. You don't have to answer that one. You're going to be in the band next year. Do you think so?
hopefully, maybe.
Hopefully, maybe. So that sounds like a pretty definite then.
Depends on if they
Almost.
need me for drums.
Well, I think, you think we're going to need him for drums? What do you say?
What do you think, Jim?
I think we can haggle out a contract with him,
Yeah.
something that's going to be
Most
beneficial.
likely. I'm sure the trials will be small.
Right, we usually do have a overwhelming amount of people trying out for the WCHS Today show band. What did we have last year? We had 7 drummers going out for it.
Oh, there were 9, but 2 dropped because of
Pretty-
top hours and stuff.
Right, these are known as the Motley Crue drummers, right? The heavy metal people, the ones that wear the Crocus t-shirts. I'd probably better stop there if I want to be alive for the rest of the year. No, but I like Crocus and Rat and Motley Crue and what have you. They're great groups, they really are. Anything else you want to share with us here
I have a
about
joke.
the band? You have a joke?
I have a joke.
Hey, here we go, joke.
And
Hopefully
if
it's
you've heard
suitable.
it, don't spoil it, because it's a good joke.
This isn't one of them what was told at Friday Night Live, was it?
No, no. I just heard this today. Anyway, these 2 guys, and one guy asked the other guy how to become rich.
Mhm.
Okay, so the guy says, well, first you gotta,
Go ahead, please.
first you gotta buy a plot of land. So the guy goes out and buys a plot of land. He comes back and says, now what do I do? And he said, put a fence around it. So he went and put a fence around his land. And he goes, now what? He says, now you gotta go buy 100 female pigs. So he went and bought 100 female pigs and put them on his land. Then he comes back and says, anything else? He says, yeah, you gotta buy 100 male deer. So he goes out and buys 100 male deer and puts them on his land. No, this is not dirty.
Hopefully there's no mating involved here, because you can get
Now
some
listen.
weird hybrids.
No. And the guy says, now what? And he goes, well, now you're rich. And he goes, how? Well, now you got $100,000 bucks. That was good. Perfect.
Woo. Boy, I don't know. I thought that was pretty good. Let's say it again. No. No, many people don't know the talent that students here at the...
Still don't.
And you won't know it either until you move out. No, gee, John, thanks a lot for being with us tonight. I know I'm spiritually enlightened by your 100,000 bucks, and
That's what I'm getting at. Whenever I come up here,
John,
you'd be enlightened.
I tell you what, I don't know about everybody else here, but I feel a lot better.
Oh.
Yeah!
Thanks a lot. Let's hear it for John Stromberger, huh? Back to the talent. Many people don't know the talent that people here at the high school do possess. And recently, this year, we had a chance to work with, I had a chance to work with 3 other people in producing a movie for chemistry class. This is after the second one. I don't know how many people watched the first chemistry presentation we had this year. But this one we decided to put a little more action into. And we moved away from the plot like many cheap movies here in America. So we thought we'd put a little action in it. This is one that Rich LaHood, Ken Hett, Dave Mitchell, and Mike Hatfield produced, directed, acted in, and of course came up with all the original script. So if we could break away to this wonderful video right now. This is Great Chemist. Good afternoon. I'm Irving Langmuir, and I would like to welcome you to the 15th Annual International Congress of Applied Chemistry. Today we have three very interesting keynote speakers. They are Claude Hudson, we have Niels Durham, and Hans Fischer. Let's start off today with Claude Hudson. Claude?
Thank you. As all of you may know, and I'm sure you know, Niels, I established the stereochemical nature of the labile hydroxylated carbonyl, or sometimes referred to as cynical and methyl functions of the sugars, and the commitment development of the relations between structure and optical rotary power in this group of stereoisomers. Taking the case of glucose, one experiment I performed with my former student of chemistry, Emil Fischer. He established the basic stereochemistry of carbons, 2 to 5. The ring size was established by Hayworth Hurst, another former chemistry student of mine, and the stereochemical assignment to carbon 1 was made by me. My work is my life, and my life is my work.
And now we will go to Niels Durham. Niels?
When I began my research on chromic compounds, salts of the bluish-violet and of the green were well known. I studied the hydrolysis of green chloride to violet and came to the conclusion that the ion was formed as a relatively unstable intermediate. I succeeded in isolating green salts containing this ion, in particular the chloride and sulfate. I proved that the sulfate was identical with the compound previously prepared by Ricora and erroneously supposed by Werner to have the structure of the double salt, which had been obtained both by Werner and Huber, and independently by Weinland and Krebs.
And now we'll go to a relatively new chemist, Mr. Hans Fischer. Hans?
My last few years have been spent at the University of Vienna, where I have discovered and calibrated the fact that the pH of a standard solution plus the pOH of a standard solution are equal to 14.
You came all that way just to tell us that?
I've spent years on this one basic concept.
Basic is right.
As great chemists, you should appreciate the facts of my past discoveries.
What's there to appreciate? My sister could have figured that out. Your work is nothing.
Is this nothing?
Oh, man. Dang, that guy really, he flipped his wig.
Man, that was
That's the right word for it.
You guys might go to the bar for a drink or something.
Might as well after that experience.
Okay. You guys go ahead. I'm going to go back and get my clipboard.
Okay, I'll be right over. I wish this Hans character would just come down and talk with us seriously, just one moment about this situation.
You've got the potential to be a good chemist, and I've been doing some research that I just can't follow up on anymore. It's got something to do with the analytical combination of hemin and chlorophyll in the blood. And like I said, I just don't have the time to follow up on this, and I think he would. He's young.
I've run across this same situation millions of times in my experiments, and I just don't have enough time either to go through it. Hans.
Odd. I've ran across the same thing several times.
And I ended up doing some research on it.
Well, let me hear what you have.
Well, I never published it for sake that I would be laughed at or I was wrong, but from the start, I had set myself the goal of combining the analytical elucidation from the natural pyrrole pigment and with the systematic exploration of all the phases of the chemistry from the parent substance. What I accomplished as a result of this endeavor would in itself have been enough to constitute the life network of an extensive chemical career. The ring skeleton of perforbium, which is made up of 4 pyrrole nuclei bound together from other methane groups, has been entrusted by nature to perform some of her most essential biological tasks. The blood pigment carries oxygen in loose combination to all of the living cells and assures their metabolism. The respiratory enzymes, which likewise are perforbium derivatives containing coordinatively bonded iron, bring about the chemical action of the oxygen, an action that in essence consists of the reoxidation of the bivalent ion formed by the trivalent iron during the dehydration process.
Well, it's hard to believe that just this morning you were telling us about the pH and pOH of substances. And with this research, you're really starting to sound like a truly great chemist.
Hey guys,
Oh!
Mike, I found that intellectually enlightening.
I found it a good time to catch up on nap
Are you
time.
guys all going to be chemists, take Mr. Moss's place or
My
something?
dad and I can go home and talk about sugars and...
And hematochlorophyll.
Yeah,
No, I thought that was once again spiritually
I was
enlightening.
asleep by then.
And I know I feel a lot better now because you wouldn't be able to tell that the actors read any of that stuff straight from a chemistry book or anything. No, not at all. It's very evident that they did have their lines memorized. Well, gee, you know, would you look here? We got it. Scratch that one off. We're not going to do that one next year. Can you guys? No. No, I'm sorry. That's definitely out of the question. Well, moving on here, we have another video for you. But this one is a very good video. This is one done by, that's a neat word. This is assembled by Ray Lonsdale, Visions Video Limited, and it's a tribute to the Space Shuttle Challenger. You go ahead and roll that, Dan.
Standing there alone, the ship is waiting, all systems are go. Are you sure? Control is not convinced, but the computer has the evidence. No need to abort. The countdown starts. Watching in a trance, the crew is certain, nothing is to chance. All is working, trying to relax. Up in the capsule, sent me up a drink. Jokes, Major Tom. The count goes on. 4, 3, 2, 1. Every load, 15 falling, floating, waiting, calling, calling. Second stage is cut. We're now in orbit. Stabilizers up. Running perfect. Starting to collect. Requested data. What will it affect when all is done? Thinks Major Tom. Back at ground control. There is a problem. Go to rocket full. Not responding. Hello, Major Tom. Are you receiving? Turn the thrusters on. We're standing by. There's no reply. 4, 3, 2, 1. Early lower, 15 falling, floating, waiting, calling, calling.
back.
Yeah.
That footage was from ABC Nightline, and the music was Major Tom by Peter Schilling. Okay. At the end, we had a credit there we missed at the end. Well, that pretty much concludes the segments that we went back and we're going to show for you. Now we're just going to talk about what's going to go on this summer real quick, and then we're going to let you go. And, yeah, nice, John, real nice. Then we'll let you go back, and you can eat your popcorn, swim, etc., whatever you're going to do. Pardon me?
Not that one.
Oh, but it is. It really is. Anyway, let's start down there with John. Got any plans this summer before you head away to college? You're not going to go on any fabulous vacations?
No.
To the Middle East or anything like that? No, it's just not like, I wouldn't go there. It's a bad place. It's a great place, but I wouldn't want to live there. John, how about you? You going to go any place in particular?
I'm going camping during the month of June, but then I'm going to be back.
During the whole month?
Yeah, we go camping out west.
Out west. Now,
Yeah.
can you be a little more specific that, puts it...
Yeah, well, it's Montana, Oregon, Wyoming, Washington, that general area. We don't know.
So
what,
you just
we
drive.
just kind of
You
we
just
just
drive
drive
off
out
the
there.
road
And
camp.
that's we tried to plan it out before and never works. Now we just go out, and if we find a nice place, we stay. If not, we move on until we find something we like, and then we stay there for a while and then move on.
Now, are you going to the Key Club convention this year?
No, I can't make it. I hear you can't make it either.
Yeah, I was very, appalled by the situation here. The funds aren't sufficient, and of course, I'd like to be home a little bit this summer. Yeah, I mean, we've got...
Well, Mike, what else are you doing this summer?
Well, John, I think I asked the questions here. No. Go ahead, please.
Oh.
This is pretty informal here. Well, let's see. What am I doing this summer? I'm going to mow the lawn, do some yard work.
That's
We're heading
at
off.
home.
We're heading off to Hawaii,
Oh, really?
where I'm going to stay with Tom, Mr. Selleck, if you will. Yeah, we're going to go out there and we're going to be shooting for the new movie I'm in, and it's an action film, much like the one you saw tonight.
It's called Revenge of
It's
the
physics
Host.
oriented, yeah.
Right. This one's a little more towards physics, and that's the way Tom felt about it. He thought that we should really kind of.
He's in England now.
Right. But yeah, we're flying out to England from Hawaii.
Flying back, yeah.
We're flying, yeah, with
yeah.
Morgan Fairchild.
Yeah.
Isn't Don Johnson
She's
going to
my
show up there
sister,
too?
yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and Don Johnson, my brother. Yeah.
Yeah.
Coming out there with us. We're all gonna have a party on the beach with the big pig and an apple in his mouth.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
No.
Yeah.
You guys, this is cheap. We're copying off another show. Yeah. Whoa, help me, I've been hypnotized. That's another copy, but we can't do that because we're original ourselves, right? We wouldn't want to use gimmicks from other shows, no, because we don't need gimmicks. So, Jim, back to you. What are we doing this summer? What are you doing?
I got to go to school, Mike.
You're going to summer school?
I have to go to summer school, yes.
Boy, what
You're
a
right.
sick
English
mind.
was a hard time, wasn't it?
What? He's going to brush up on English before he leaves. So it's basically then a very exciting summer for you. What are you going to be doing here? That's pretty pathetic to spend a summer with your teachers. That's pretty great to be spending summer with your teachers here. What do you intend to do with them? You going to have a couple luncheons or what do you intend to do?
We plan to go to Hawaii together, too.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, maybe I'll see you out there.
Yeah.
If I'm not in England with Morgan. So what are you going to be typing? Is that what you're going to take? A lot of
No.
people take
I have
typing.
to take history.
Maybe we'll get lucky and have my favorite teacher, Mr. Anderson, the U.S. history teacher, who I have right now. He's a very fine teacher.
Another final.
Figure if I can get enough of these, let's see who else do I have. Who have I missed now? Mr. Witt and Mrs. Joyce, both very fine teachers, and they provide.
They don't watch the show, though, Mike.
They provide a beneficial educational environment, not just for one student, but for the entire students in there. Just so they get that point across for the teachers that they are watching tonight. Basically, I think we have a fine school, and the administrative facilities are quite adequate, once again, for the students and the faculty. Woo! Boy, I'm doing great. Anybody I missed? All the people that watch the show, of course, they're my favorite people. And the people that work down at Channel 5, and Santa Claus, and the Tooth Fairy, and
The Easter Bunny.
and Mr. Pumpkin, the guy that comes to my house and messes up the scarecrows on Halloween. What a great guy. Anything you guys want to say before we wrap things up here? Not everybody at once. Please raise your hands.
Well, it's been a good year, I think.
been a great year.
I've enjoyed it.
I think
we've set some goals for ourselves next year. We're going to have a band that plays.
We're gonna
Jim, we're
try.
trying to get some good sound here.
yes, we have.
Oh! Boy, I thought we weren't going there for a second. By the way, that once again was your television. If you're wondering why things just stopped moving, like I said, you should probably have the local television serviceman check into this because it's starting to get pretty bad now.
Well, Dan's doing a pretty good job, I think.
Dan's doing a great job.
Good for Dan.
We may occasionally get a blooper, but for all the things Dan has to do back there in the control room, I think he certainly outdid himself. And I think there's one other thing before it leaves my mind. Mr. Woodward, you've got to laugh for us, please.
Oh, no.
Please, real loud. Come on, come on. No, that's not your laugh.
If
That's
you listen closely, you can hear a cheap
jolly
imitation
laugh.
of Mr. Woodward.
There we go. Here we go. Everybody quiet. Yeah, one more time. Oh,
That
what a
laughed
guy.
funny
How
in
does he do
itself.
that? I don't know.
Because you have so much to laugh at.
Oh! Where do you guys say he lives? And
Mike, I think, yeah, I was gonna say, Mike, don't you know that by heart?
we ran into a couple problems with the toilet paper last time, but we're not using Costco anymore, so next time you'll get the little flowers on there.
Yeah, Mike, it helps not to use monogram toilet paper that you stole from your own house.
Or the Holiday Inn toilet paper. That's always my favorite. Come stay with us. No, but that's about it. Once again, though, I'd like you to look for the Mike Hatfield Summer Special, and I like that title. I think that's great. Even if I don't have the show, I can at least put signs up around the area to watch for it. That'll really get people going. It's going to be great, though. We're going to have skits and segments from various parts of the United States. We'll probably even get a couple things from Hawaii. And, of course, Tom will be on there.
When you get Morgan Fairchild and Tom standing next to you, they won't believe you, Mike.
I just might take you up on that. You know, I think Mom would, Morgan that is, would, well, that's my second set of parents. Many people don't know that. But anyhow, it's going to be a great special. I'd like everybody to tune in, and I know you're probably getting pretty bored now.
You're right.
So we're just getting ready to wrap things up. If you would stay with the band, though, it's a very good band tonight, and they're playing some pretty wild songs. So, Jim, take things away. Thanks a lot for watching.